So I'm Vincent, I'm a COO and CIO from Drawer.fr. Our company, Drawer.fr, is selling furniture online on the French market and through marketplaces as well. We are in the process to expand, keep growing, and want to become international. So our old solution was not reliable enough to grow that way. Lots of features like completeness or things like that help us. And also we were struggling with the onboarding data. So the SDM feature was really helpful for us to be able to load more products into our PIM. So the challenges we had with supplier data was basically that we have almost 40 different suppliers, and they were all provided different format of files with different level of quality, of completeness, of details to present the product. And we had to translate it into a unique format to help us to integrate it into our system. So we were doing it manually into an Excel spreadsheet with 350 columns. It was a nightmare, considering that we have almost 100 different families and almost 300 different attributes. So it was quite a big combination, and yeah, it becomes a nightmare for us to manage it. The impact is that it was quite time-consuming, and sometimes we also were missing data, so it took a lot of exchange back and forth with the suppliers to collect all the data which were required to put online a product. So yeah, sometimes it took us, let's say, 3 months to launch a product, and 2 weeks after the product was deactivated by the supplier or stuff like that. So it was not, we were not really efficient and quick to launch new product. Thanks to Akeneo and SDM, we are now able to onboard a new product within a days, and then it takes us up to 3 weeks to complete the product and then put it online with the descriptions, with the pictures and everything, and all attributes required. So it really smoothed the process to help us to launch more and more product and be able to expand our catalog size. Yeah, to use SDM, I think it's a good it's a good advice, and then to also to make sure that to request the supplier to provide as many data as they can, even descriptions, because thanks to the data extraction module of SDM, from a text you can manage to fill in some attributes thanks to this AI engine. So if before we were only using attribute or fields or CSV file, now we just ask the provider to give everything it can do, and we use it to fulfill as much as we can our product information. It's really empowered our team members to process more data in smaller time. It's also bring some kind of consistency. So, for instance, when you have a table, we can class it in 4 different families and 6 different category. And thanks to the AI, after the learning period, we will make sure that as soon as a table is low or is big or whatever, based on different criteria, it will always be described as the same kind of table, so same family, and it will always be put on the right category. So make sure that we have consistency into our website. launched this project 2 months ago. So we already start to see an improvement into our data quality as far as completeness is concerned, because that was something we had not into our previous system. So we now launch products which are fully described and with the right attribute available to make sure that our customers had the best information to make his selections and then to buy a product from us. One of the best advice I can give is first make sure that they understand what's the use of the data is for. You can load a lot of different data, a lot of different attributes, but if you don't think about, okay, who will use this data? Is it for the website? Is it for another channel? Is it for print, or is it whatever? Then you may not have the right modelization into Akeneo to make sure that the attribute is correct and can be used later on. And then make sure that you understand all the other system which use the data. So because if you start to change the modelization, then you will have impact on other system who consume data from Akeneo. And so yeah, having a mapping of the data or a kind of dictionary or things like that would really be helpful. The last difference Akeneo brought into our company, Akeneo and SDM, it has reshaped the process. So thanks to all the feature and everything which were available into these two tools, we had to think about, okay, who is responsible in terms of this part of the product information record. So for instance, before we only had one department dealing with all the data, and then thanks to Akeneo, we had to redefine, okay, supply is responsible for this part of the information, and they have to make sure that they collect the right information and they can validate it, and content will work on the assets, will work on descriptions, will work on lots of different things, and they will be responsible for that. So it brought us a bit more of maturity into our data management.